record.
Thank you.
Okay, good morning, everybody. Again, just want to show that when you come into Okta, and you will again open Moxi right here, the black circle, it'll take you into the home page of Moxi, and you'll see eventually this gray bar at the top will show present, which is your presentation. So that is your CMA, and then you have engage, which is your CRM. So this is where you can do a lot of, so like present has your seller book, buyer book, engage will have, it's where your email campaigns can be. It's like your CMA and everything we've gone over. And that's where you'll see a lot of the Ninja language, and you can kind of tie it in with that, all your flow. And then websites, which we're rolling out here soon. And then Impress, which is what we're going over today. So Impress is the marketing side of it. So we'll be going over a flyer, how to make a flyer, and how to do a social post. Again, so when you're up here, when you're up here, you go to Impress. You click on Impress here. And speaking of the man, I'm actually going to be impersonating Rick Bowers and his. So up here, and only admin, we don't have any access to any of your contacts or anything like that, but you can see if I'm going to be impersonating, admin can do this, and Jane can do this, and myself, but we can go in here and I'm going to Bowers show a listing. Since I and Jane don't have any listings, this is the only way that I can kind of show you guys how this works. So when you basically every time a listing goes live, so listing goes live says Friday at midnight, around between 7 and 8, we found out that people are getting emails that have the 3 images of like in the email that will direct you directly to this page. And you will see here everything on this listing. You have 14 projects that are automatically ready to go for you. And I know you and me got on one this morning. Yeah, and I have that sheet. I have it right here. So I will go over that. Thank you for bringing it over. So anyways, you'll be able to view 14 projects are ready to go for you right here. So all you do is that email will take you right here, and you're just going to click right here on the view 14 projects. So these are automatically made between the time of midnight to 8 a.m. And so you can come in here and you can instantly click on an Instagram just sold, a Facebook just sold, Facebook just listed, flyers just sold, a 3-photo flyer, just listed one. There's tons of stuff in here. Single property website, there's Instagram. So there's a bunch. There's 14 projects that are automatically made for you, ready to go. There's even a video of all the images, so it's just all automatically. So you can dive into more of this if you want, but right now we're just going to do the 3-photo flyer. So right here, you're going to click on it, and it's going to take you to this page. So once you start getting going with this, what I would just suggest is previewing it, and then you can just go in here right here and click download. If you already have your photo and your signature all set up and all of that, you can download it and send it to the printer and print out as many flyers you want, and you're ready to go. But if you want to make sure everything is going well, then you can preview it, and I would definitely suggest doing this before. Why did it not go up? Hold on.
That's a sold one.
Oh, is it sold?
That one is, yeah.
Oh, it's still sold. So preview only. So you can see here, there's 3 images of house. You can change these images. You can change copy and certain things here. But that's just the preview of what it looks like. If you want to do an edit, you would click right here in the button that's called edit, and it'll take you here. And this is where at the top, you'll see kind of the flow of where you'll be going every time you hit save and compute and continue. So info is the first button. So anything you want to change in here, you can do that. If you want to go to photos and all of a sudden you're realizing, okay, I don't want this photo, I want a new photo, you can go up here and add photos. Oh, you have to replace with, because it's only 3. So say here, these buttons down here on these photos. So just to explain how these 3 squares work, you can see this little quality alert. It's a little hazard button, a logo, and all that means is MLS will, as you guys probably know, lowers the resolution. And so this is going to be a printed flyer. Most of the time, it still prints out just fine. But if some people have really high quality photos from like a photo shoot, All you do here is you would add the photos up here and you just replace them. So but it's kind of, if you're doing a social post, it doesn't really matter if that yellow sign. So I would always test out by printing one flyer and seeing how those images print. If you want to, update by putting a new image in there, you can. But the buttons down here, that's zooming into the image, that's previewing it. This is removing the image. This is replacing it, which is what you want to do. And this is cropping it in a different crop. So if you want to replace it, say we want to replace this. I promise I won't mess with your.
Sorry.
Okay, good. So the computer, so you can grab it from your computer, and eventually the more you guys start having more listings, they'll start coming into these project photos and your favorite photos. You can grab stuff from Dropbox as well. So that's kind of where you would go to be replacing any image in here that you want. If you hit save and continue, you can again click on text up here to go to the text options in here, or save and continue. And then in here is where you can change any copy that's on the flyer. So you can talk about, sometimes the MLS will bring in all the copy that's on there, and this is where you can make any tweaks to it. Property description, bedroom labels, even the labels that it has on there. And then down here, as far as the CTA or the call to action, as far as like contact me today, if you guys have certain things you want to say, you can change them there.
Where does that print?
You have to.
Last part.
This?
Yeah, close, contact me today.
Contact me today, I'll show you in the preview. And then this is the signature at the bottom. So anything you want to have in here, you want to change, if you want to do a different website, if you want to send them to, something, maybe it's the listing or the landing page or the single property listing landing page, you can do that. Send them to, a certain video, whatever. There's tons of options here. And I noticed, like, when you guys, I had one for you, the one you printed off, your name's in all caps and your name's in like upper and lower. So those are places that you can change that too, as well as in Dash. But so here is where you would basically, again, you want to download the PDF. It'll ask you, so when you click download the file, you're basically downloading to your, wherever you want, your downloads folder or your desktop, and then you basically be opening it up and printing it to whatever printer you want. You can use Express Docs, it just takes some time, so it's kind of up to you. Here, as far as if you wanted to send it to a professional printer, you're going to use commercial PDF, so it's more for advanced users, and that's what the printer would probably want. If it's just a standard PDF, which I'm assuming most of you guys do, you just download right here and click download. It's really pretty easy. Everything's automated. It's just kind of clicking a few buttons and that. Does anybody have any questions so far on any of that?
There was one question on there that if you delete the picture instead of replacing it, does it delete it out of the folder? Also, I think click on those project folders because it's nice to show all of the MLS pictures.
Here?
So whenever you're editing.
I'll go back. Hold on. Very good. So for editing, and we're in photos. And you're basically saying, if we say, for instance, I guess it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Okay. So if I delete one, you're saying like this, and we hit save and continue, and
the question on
you're about to edit photos after this. Continue edit. You can.
If you don't pull them over from your file to have them in there, you can't just go to them.
My understanding is because this is like a coded file, and Jean, correct me if I'm wrong, if it's a coded file, if you pull something out like that, it's not going to just make the other one bigger. I think there'll be a blank space.
Okay.
But let's see.
I think that's what it does.
Is that what you're asking?
Well, that's what was on chat.
Okay.
And so the next thing, it's just removing it from the flyer, Scott says. And then to show how you can replace it from the project photos. Can you show everybody how
you'd replace? See, they just leave a white space right there. And then how you would replace. Yes. So if you hit edit, go into photos up here, you can hit save and continue at the bottom. And then if you want to, so right here, if we want to hit replace, those two photo swaps, and then you can go into, I don't know what's on your computer.
No, click back out of that. I want you to replace it with project photos, please.
Oh, yeah. So you can grab any of these.
That's all your MLS. Photos.
All of your MLS. So yeah. So basically, sorry, I wasn't understanding exactly what you wanted. Yeah. So if you basically add photos here, or hit replace. If you click on here, project photos, it has all of them.
And Dropbox, you would just sign into
Dropbox, you just sign into it, and favorites if you have certain ones. You can also, so like some people have asked, say Murray
Just
Davis.
replace one to show them.
Oh,
Doesn't matter. The blank.
so right here, let's just replace it with this one. So you'd select one, and why is it selecting all of them?
So once it's deleted, you can't actually go back and put it back in like that.
You can, because this is all the images from MLS. So if you say, I just selected this one as far as one, just took a few seconds to do it, but in the green, and then you add selected, so you select, and then it would just swap it out with this. If I want to,
Where's the, on the second photo number 2? Oh, you hit plus and then it'll
Yes.
activate it. Okay.
yeah, so then here,
Gotcha, gotcha.
you just go into project management again, project photos.
Because I didn't see the things on the bottom.
Oh, yeah.
Is that not an option?
No, so then if you add, so just because I removed it, that's why I got rid of them. And then select, so you'd have all 3 of these right here. And so again, if you want to delete them, you can, it would just be an empty box. Does that help answer everybody's questions with it? It's really simple. It's just getting used to what buttons do what and when, yeah. And then save and continue.
Wait, no, let's look at that thing. That's.
Yeah.
I was doing one this morning. Go back
Okay.
up to the top description. I think it said property description.
Yes.
Okay. It says you got 129 characters, but if you type in too much, it adds a second line to the flyer and it pushes the text copy down, which on description headline, not the body copy.
Right.
They'll push that whole
Just
text
test it.
down on both of them.
Yeah.
And you lose the last couple of lines on your body.
Oh,
Yeah, that happened this morning.
So it,
that wasn't this one that you guys just.
Well, he redid it.
Okay.
let me look up that.
Can you
Okay.
change font size? So it doesn't-
No, I don't believe so. I think it's
Can't
all,
change. Yeah, that
yeah.
did happen.
because it's all automated. So
Right,
there's
right.
like the give and take. So if you want something more customized, you can, it's just gonna take a little
That's
more
the one
time.
that, if you look at it, that second line there, on
Right.
today's decor, pushes the body copy and you lose the copy at the bottom, no matter how you characterize it.
Okay,
And you can't change fonts or anything.
yeah, you wouldn't be able to change fonts just due to like it all being, it's all coded. Same thing with just listed, just sold, that we're going with Express Docs. It's everything's coded, so that's why it's all being automated.
I
So.
just think become good copy editors.
I know, right?
So just be checking on your previews.
Yes, I would agree. So even though I said, but once you get if you get more in a flow, I mean, I'd always do a preview. I'd always print one before you print 20. Just always make sure you're doing that.
That's good to know, and I don't think, I think if
Right.
it shows there, I think we
Yep.
assume it's gonna print.
Right. So I think it's always just double checking, but yeah, I think there's just different things that you can do here. And then make any tweaks to it. But as far as I wanted to check where you were asking Rick about the contact me today, the CTA.
Yeah.
So let's preview the project up here. So I went up here at the top left just to preview it. And this right here in the green, contact me today. So it's right under your image. And I know some people were talking about their headshots. I know different headshots everybody has, the long vertical ones. Obviously, the more space around, the better for us. So I know we don't want to crop anybody's heads off or do anything like that. But if you need any tweaks to your headshots in here, just reach out to Moxi Help and we can help you do it.
I think I tweaked ours.
You can click on the pictures.
Yeah, I think I
Yeah.
tweaked ours.
Yeah. So again, up here, if you want to
Yeah.
replace anything here, you can do the same.
It's the same one.
Yep, the same crop. So if you just click on crop here, you can sit there and move around. You can do whatever you want. Yeah. You wouldn't know one like this. Wouldn't like this.
I like that. Yeah, that one.
But yeah. And so that's why anytime you get any new headshots, never have the photographer crop it. Always make sure that you have a lot of space around you, because a lot of times we're getting more of squares rather than long verticals and stuff. Okay. So any other questions, even on chat, regarding the other offices regarding a flyer, and we can move on with the social post? Let me know. Michelle, you have any? Okay. All right. So going back to projects, let's see. Home, we'll go back to home and Rick Bowers. So again, if you go into view projects right here, all the projects that are based around this listing, we'll go down here, and again, you can do like the postcard, you can do Instagram or Facebook just sold, but we're gonna do a Facebook just listed. So if you click right here, just on the image itself, it'll bring you to this page. You can preview it, which I'd always recommend at the very beginning, just to see what it has created for you automatically. And you'll notice it's just putting the image and then the basic information about the home, the address, and the price. But what people have been asking is, why doesn't it have a photo of myself? Why doesn't it have my name, any of that stuff? And the reason why it doesn't, and Kaylee is getting this a lot too, is because it's going to be posted on Facebook. So your face is already going to be there. Your name's already going to be there whenever you post, whether it's Instagram or Facebook, they're going to know where this is being posted. So you don't need to worry about your face or your name being on here, as it'll be there as soon as you post. People will know where to go if they need information about it. And what's also nice is other people could be sharing this to their family or friends if they know, and you be connected to it and making sure you tag yourself in it too. So any help with that you guys need, please let us know. But as far as how to edit it, again, very similar. Just click on the edit button right over here to the right, and it'll have the same. It's not as in depth as the flyer, which it has info, photos, and text here at the top. But you again can just review everything over here and then hit save and continue, and it again will bring you through that timeline. It's always one photo as far as Instagram or Facebook posts as of now. So again, we'll have the preview. You can trash this photo. You can again replace it or crop it. So if we decide we want to replace it, you can go into project photos and you can replace it with any of the other images. Like, okay, I want a picture of the kitchen, which I know nobody would have do. And you can add selected and it would swap it out. And you could hit save and continue here, and they'll take you. That's okay for me to do?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you can change if you'd rather say something different besides just listed. You can do that. If you'd rather change anything in here, this is where you can edit any information about it. Again, as far as a disclaimer, it's at the bottom. Just you don't want to put like a ton of information. We keep it as simple as possible when it's a post, because it's an image. So you really want people to focus on just the very basics of it. And then in the Instagram or the Facebook copy, the body copy, as far as your post, that's where you can put more information about the house if you like. And then hit save and continue.
You don't have a logo disclaimer that you can copy in there? That would be the automatic one?
You can put, and then a lot of this stuff you can start to create templates for it, but that's just the basic one. And I think that one, the short one, is just fine. Like, and then we have the, what's it called? I can't think of it. Every time you post, having your signature and our signature there. So, but a lot of it, it's like if you have our logo in the post, that takes care of it. And then what I usually do, what we've been doing is download the image. So you download the image here, and it would download to your desktop or your downloads. And then you'd open up your Facebook account up here. So you'd open up a new tab, open up Facebook, and I won't open up Jean's Facebook, but and then you just drag this image. You find it on your desktop, and you would just post it in your Facebook account. That one's really, really easy. And so what I'd really like to do is, any of you guys want to create a flyer that we can help you with even today, like we are here to help. Yeah, I know you might need one, or you need one this morning.
Casey, what if I'm holding Mary's listing open? Can
All right.
you show me that?
So shared listings. So I'm gonna go to home.
Yeah, that would be a good one. There you go.
Where says always at? If I unimpersonate.
You don't need to.
I don't need to.
Just go back to
Listings. So right. Oh, you want me to go back to it? Okay. Okay, let's go back to it. Yeah, just go back to listings. So Impress, just so everybody knows, we still can't see anyone's contacts for any of that stuff. It's Impress is different. It's there's a bit of like, we just can come in here and like help with projects or something like that. It's completely separate, because people have asked about that as well. So listings up here, up at the very top, if you want to click on those, and then you can view shared listings. So over here on the left, you can view shared listings, and that takes you to all the listings in the company. Is that what you're asking? Yeah.
So Mary, what is your?
Oh, I don't even know if she has.
I do, but it's not, it's Pamela.
Oh,
Okay.
So I don't think it'll pull up.
But you can.
If anybody has a listing that they want me to pull up, I'm happy to do side?
I was working on a pre-MLS this morning. I don't know if it's in the.
Oh, no,
Because
like,
I've got it saved as a project.
oh, you do?
It can that be an option to have pre-MLS show up as
The
well?
We're
pre-MLS, yeah,
We're
yeah.
trying on that, but they have not, they have to absorb a different feed from MLS to get pre-MLS listings.
Right,
So Moxie's working on that now.
Right.
But I don't
Awesome.
have an ETA.
right. But
So
it's-
eventually that will become a thing that we could have access.
As far as I know, they have not told me they aren't going to do it, so
Okay,
we're going to pretend like they are. As far as I know, yes, Moxie should be attempting, I put them in contact directly with MLS, they should be working on the pre-MLS.
Great.
Yeah.
That'll be helpful.
Now, I will say, again, I don't have an ETA, and that may
Sure.
be after the final rollout, at the end of the year before they start on those projects, they haven't answered me. But they did reach out to MLS because MLS let me know.
Good.
So I've got those.
Yeah. Your
They're on my-
templates, so if you go to your projects, recent projects up here, any of these, Copeland Flyers, edit. So this is one that you created. So which one do you want to look at, the flyer? Oh,
No, Copeland. Well, no, let's use 2.0 because it was a screw up.
there's two of them, 2.0. So this one looks like it has a bigger,
Most recent, yeah.
this one. Okay, we'll preview it.
So this is a pre-MLS that Rick
Created.
created today with his own photos.
Now, none of the information was in it, correct?
Oh, yeah, it's full flow flyer sheet.
It's ready to go, except it sounds like we need. to
But
make
these were a
corrections.
couple that I busted. I named them.
You haven't signed off, right?
Okay, hold on, let me go back to this one. Because it's weird,
Try that.
it shows your picture right here, but it didn't show it in the other one.
I know.
Let's preview it.
It's not gonna pull it over.
Oh, there you go. It's still the property description, because that's what you,
Go to the Copeland one because that's the one.
okay, so
Just
that's it.
don't mess me up.
I won't, and I will personally redo it if needed. Don't mess me up. Okay. I did edit, sorry. Wow, look at you go. And so this was what you created custom pre-MLS beforehand. Nice. What did you have here? Null Hills Beauty. Null Hills, that's, yeah. And so
That's the final.
that one's the final, yeah. And then you basically are coming in here and edit, and you're titling the project name, you're titling the project description so you can find it. When you're making like different tweaks to it, you're saving and continuing, and then going over photos, and you brought all these photos in.
The MLS data already. No.
You had to,
Okay.
you copied and
I
pasted
was
everything
excited for
over.
a second.
So yes, you can manually make a free MLS flyer. So you can manually do that. It's just showing you guys the automation ones that it's like instantly as soon as you have, something ready to go. It's like, it's all created for you right away.
So the question was, and I hope everybody can hear me because Scott just said they can't hear what's going on online. Rick
Oh.
created a pre-MLS flyer, but he created it manually because at this point, we're still waiting for Moxie to figure out how to ingest the pre-MLS stuff from Heartland. So Rick went in and put the flyer information in by copying it from MLS into the flyer. It was not automatically there.
Correct.
Okay,
So even though you.
Scott, did we hear that?
Side view, that's-
it does not because they haven't ingested that feed yet.
On a regular one, it would.
Joseph, can you hear that? If you do thumbs up? I can't tell.
Tanya just said, yeah.
I think
Yes.
Scott
I think
needs
she can
to-
hear.
Okay. No, I see. I didn't know you could do that. Emoji. That's awesome. That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically, Rick, I'm really proud of you. This morning you did that. Nice.
Worked on it last night.
Maybe you need.
Then I had my
He worked on it
copy.
last night too.
My copy editor reviewed it and said it's not printed. So that's when I found out about that second line.
Okay,
Are you the
Are
Moxie
you the Moxie
champion?
champion?
I think he might be, we might have Rick Bowers be the Moxi
I'm thinking
champion.
you're the Moxie champion.
We
Um,
probably-
No, we're saying that it's adaptable enough that Rick Bowers can do this.
It's adaptable enough.
So here's the two.
So
If I
you
can
know-
do it, anybody can
So
do
you
it.
know, I can't do the Moxi thing because I'm too busy helping those.
Oh.
He's technically the chief technical officer.
Oh.
So
Okay.
that's the notes for today. If Rick can do it, anybody
Yes,
can do it.
if Rick can do it, anybody can do it. Here we go. Yes.
Aiden, you didn't have to call in.
Anne or Shelley or Casey. Oh.
Well, let's see.
So that's where you talk about the font on the two names.
The font on the tune. Yes. So,
Well, that's-
Wow.
that was
you had
very
both.
slick.
Yep. So it'd be in here, and that's where we were talking about
See, I
dash.
can't change,
You cannot.
You cannot.
I can't do that.
so I just have to do hers because I can't do her
Right. It's time you update this record because it's all in all caps. It's that's
because I add hers a second 80 and I type all
and.
that's one crazy.
Okay. Well, I know we're at 9:30, so if there's any other questions on chat, we can keep it open for a while and we can help anybody here create a flyer. And if there's no other questions, is there any more?
Let's just review and make sure. that it Looks like Scott's answer.
I think we're good.
I was down.
Well, let us know and always email Moxi help@kansascityhomes.com if you guys have any questions. Thank you all for joining and have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Casey. Great job.
Yes, I believe anytime because the way Facebook would probably work, you can have a login right away, so you could open up your Facebook account. As soon as it's open, then you could just
Oh,
immediately.
then you could.
Yeah.
Right,
It is.
and so it'd do it
And
that
I'm
way,
gonna
but that
stop
way you
recording
can
now.
type in
Now.
all the copy that you want, and then Facebook